Hello everyone. This time the video is about career progression. How do I get to the next level? So oftentimes, folks reach out to me on LinkedIn and other social media and requesting for tips on how to get to the next level. And it does seem like we do everything right, but then somehow we don't seem to be making progress in the career. Kind of a feeling of stagnation. So how do we fix this? So, in my personal opinion, the promotion is a kind of byproduct of the good work, the impactful work we do, and it's you just keep doing what you do, and it should automatically happen. Most companies have this process and best practices in terms of HR is kind of laid out, and that generally takes care of this. However, it doesn't happen automatically. You got to deliberately put in efforts in a way that there is an impact, there are results, and there is also visibility, and people notice the that changes you're making into the team and organization. And that's why this video again, with the three tips. So let's get right into it. Tip number one is about getting your logistics and fundamentals right. What do I mean by fundamentals? Number one, go through your HR documentation. They talk about a minimum tenure. You got to be at the company or at the current level before you are considered for promotion. And if you are in technology industry, this tenure is kind of shrinking. I've worked here for a few decades, and I know it was 3 years some time ago, 2 years, and I know there are some companies which have 1 year or even less. So it's important to know when you are going to be considered, and then make sure that you qualify for that criteria. And then in the same fundamentals, I have another area is what is the role expectations at the next level that you are looking to be promoted. So it, again, you have HR documentation about roles and responsibilities and expectations at each level. So take a print or save that documentation and go through line by line, word by word, letter by letter, so that you clearly understand what is expected at that level. So because the hiring managers and HR spends a lot of time putting this stages together, and most of us kind of overlook this, but I think that it has a lot of important information. So that's the 1B. And then 1C is essentially have someone you look up to, someone who is already at the next level that you are trying to get to, and seem to be pretty successful and pretty having a commendable career at that level. So you could actually make out, right? Just in case when you look at it, that person is actually calling shots and having a very successful career at the next level, and then make that person your buddy, just to follow, observe, and understand what's going on. So this is basically one ABC. So keeping the fundamentals right for you. Okay. Once that is done, let's get to the tip number two. Tip number two is about doing the actual work. Now that you know you qualify based on the tenure criteria, and then you know what is expected at the next level, and you have a buddy and real life scenario in your own company who is already successful at that level. So this is good enough for you to actually get started. This is it's time to actually get to work. So the expectations at the next level generally are split into three different areas. One is skills. It could be technical or project related skills. Second thing is your behavioral aspects, and third is project oriented. First two can be developed various different trainings and observing people and then having a mentor. But then third one is really making sure your projects are successful, and that's where you spend more time just to make sure that you be the hardest working person on the project team, and make sure every single detail is covered. You show a sense of accountability and ownership, and make sure the project is executed as expected, or call out the risks and then just drive it with the accountability that everybody expects. Right. That's number two, is execution and getting the work done. Then the number three, which is most of us overlook, and this is the pitfall. We seem to be knowing what is needed to get promoted. We seem to be doing what is needed to be promoted, but then we still don't get there. and that's because of this, the step number three, which is creating metrics to measure your success and impact that you're actually providing in the team and the company, and then being able to report it at time to time. This is very, very key. This is also creates clarity in your own mind. At times we are in delusional mode thinking that I'm doing an amazing job, but then your manager is not thinking so. Okay, it happens most of the times. And when you make this is all about numbers and metrics, then numbers don't lie. Make sure you put those metrics together for your success for next 6 months and 1 year, and review them and get them approved or agree upon along with your manager and your leadership. And once that is done, then continue to report on weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. So irrespective of what happens across the organization, if you just do this step number three, there is a consistent positive thought process in your leadership that things are moving forward, and this person is actually moving the needle as we speak. So when you get down to this promotion discussion next with your manager, there is no subjectivity. It's about all about objective numbers, and you basically show I took the team from point A to point B, and this is exactly what was expected, and this is basically I've done it what was expected or went beyond the call of duty, and this how it is, and there is no two ways about it. That's why step number three is very, very key, and this is the step most of us actually miss out, which causes us to actually lose out on precious time, for moving across the ranks. Okay, so just to do a quick recap, like I said, the first one is getting the fundamentals right, which is like 1A, understanding the criteria or the tenure. The number two, 1B is basically role expectations in the next level. 1C is having a buddy who's already successful at the next level will actually form your kind of a foundation for you to actually start building up. And tip number two was about doing the actual work, and then like I said, be the hardest working persons you ever know, and your hustling and your hard work should make people look, okay, you are here to make an impact, you are here to actually move things, you're not here to just get by, you're here to actually shake things up. Okay, and tip number three is all about defining and reporting metrics in a tangible way, so your manager and leadership and so HR as well understand where you are actually moving. So there are very few situations and chances that this can go wrong. So like I said again, give it time, and if you do these three steps, the success will come to you. And like I said, I want to repeat this statement one more time: the career progression, promotion is always byproduct of the hard work and impact we create. Okay, and more importantly the impact, and that's why the and at times the byproduct or the result can actually be 6 months delayed or 1 year delayed, but then it will follow, and it will definitely happen. And that's why it's important to just do what you're supposed to do and go beyond the call of duty, and things will automatically happen, right? So with that, I wish you all the best with your career progression efforts, and see you at the top.